one of the big obstacles that people have is that people are constantly surrounding themselves by weak people, and they think, no, I'll overcome. Even though my friends are not religious, still it's okay. I can still hang out with them. They're good people. My friends are not religious, but it's okay. Let's say I'll be the only religious guy, and I'll change the whole community. Most of the time, it doesn't work out. Most of the time, what ends up happening is the one guy that became religious, that still decides to continue hanging out with his non-religious friends, he falls back to becoming non-religious like them. That's what happened to me about 20-something years ago when I was 17 years old. One day, some crazy thought came into my mind during a break between college, and I went to, instead of going and having fun between the semesters, like the rest of my friends, my father suggested I should go to yeshiva. So I went for a few days, few weeks, I don't remember how long it was, but it was moving. It was so moving that I decided I'm going to start doing tshuva. So I started doing tshuva, I started putting tzitzit on, started praying every day, started keeping Shabbat. But then I went back to college. In college, none of my friends kept Shabbat. In college, none of my friends learned Torah. So little by little, me learning, me doing, started becoming more and more difficult. On Friday nights, when everybody else was going to party, I was alone in my room, my dorm room. In the beginning, it was okay. In the beginning, I didn't really care because I was still passionate about Torah and mitzvot, and who cares about them? I'll just do it Saturday night. I'll just do this. I'll just do that. And that lasted for a little while, a little over a year. But after a little over a year, that strength went away. And the reason why is because one thing I didn't change my friends. And I didn't change my lifestyle. And little by little, I started getting weaker. Little by little, I started learning less. Little by little, I started keeping less. And eventually abandoned everything. And it took me over 20 years to come back to step one. But the second time I had to come back, it was a lot more painful. Be'ezrat Hashem, our movie that we've been working on for the last year or so, is almost done. There's a very well-known personal story that I have of what happened in my life, my transition from going from Wall Street to doing this, why, what I went through. Baruch Hashem, we've been telling that story all over the world, and we've turned that story into a movie. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I would say over the next month or two, we should complete the movie, and we'll have a big event, Be'ezrat Hashem, to show you guys, to show the world a nicer, people have heard the story before, but never in a movie version, with all the effects and things like that. Some pictures and short scenes of me in my past. Very interesting, a fantastic job, Baruch Hashem, by Team Hashem. But I can tell you that the second time, what you're going to learn from that movie is that the second time that I did tshuva, it wasn't so easy. It wasn't so painless. It was a lot more difficult, and it was almost impossible. Now, one of the reasons is because of your environment, because of your friends, because of who you keep around.